Business Today is brought to you by
Life happens in a second, and we've seen 5.5 billion of them. 175 years of life's moments, all added up. With every tick of the hand, Sagicor will be there to turn those seconds into decades of prosperity. Sagicor, 175 years of wise financial thinking for life.
This is Business Today. I'm Desmond Brown. Government has failed to meet a target to collect some $10 million in revenue from the 10% excise tax imposed on sweetened beverages approximately a year ago. Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair could not immediately say how much has been collected so far, but he admits it's not in line with their expectations. And with a year to go before the tax is reviewed, he admits Barbadians have seemingly not lost their appetite for sugar.
Sweetened beverages, that has been running just below trend in terms of the collections. We haven't seen a dramatic decline in the use of sweetened beverages yet, but it comes with time. We didn't expect that we would see that in the first year. It's going to take some time. But in terms of the actual tax collection, it has been running smoothly. We've not had major complaints, and the resources have been coming.
However, Sinclair says the revenue from the 4.5% increase in value-added tax imposed on cellular phone use is yielding more results. Government is expected to collect between $15 and $16 million annually from that tax, which became effective January this year.
So far, it's been very, very close to the target, if not on top of the target. Of course, we're only through the first 9 months of the year, so we have to see how it runs for the rest of the calendar year, and then, moving on from there at the end of the fiscal year next year. But so far, it's been doing well so far.
Do not panic. Officials are giving the assurance that the UK's decision to leave the European Union should not result in any fallout in trade between the UK and the Caribbean. Deputy High Commissioner at the British High Commission in Bridgetown, Colin Dick, says while he could not confirm how trade between the UK and the Caribbean would be affected, he is confident the UK will continue to maintain the strongest possible ties with the region. He was speaking as part of a panel on the topic Brexit, What's There to Know? During the Domestic Financial Institutions Conference.
So what I can't do today is confirm how that trade relationship with the Caribbean will be structured going forward. I think our Prime Minister will set that out in the weeks and the months ahead. But what I can absolutely confirm is that the British government will want to maintain the strongest possible ties with the Caribbean. It's amongst the countries of the Caribbean that we find partners, friends, allies, like-minded people with a shared view and shared values. So the Caribbean absolutely matters to the UK. We have deep historic links, as the Minister said earlier. Our friendship is strong and enduring, and that will be the case going forward as well.
In addition, Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair says he did not anticipate any adverse impact on Barbados' tourism product, with the UK being the island's #1 source market. Sinclair was addressing the Domestic Financial Institutions Conference earlier this week at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre.
What is for us to determine is what our response will be. And our response ought not to be a panic. We ought not to run around like headless chickens, snatching, snaring, or grabbing at every other type of negative potential fallout from the exit of the UK from the European Union.
However, Sinclair says government will be keeping a close eye on developments.
So, from the level of the government, we're keeping eyes on it. We're sensitive to issues, but we're not going to overly excited and worry about what will take place. And in that particular regard, I want to wish the UK government, of course, every possible success in whatever transition process it has put in place.
Now for today's financial tip. Telling yourself you will never be able to pay off your debt means you're setting yourself up to fail. So banish any toxic money thoughts and switch to more positive mantras. That's been Business Today. Join us again next Tuesday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook.